Hey, it's Ben here from the Strength Factory, and today I'm going to be telling all of you busy dads out there how you can stay fit and strong for mountain biking and for life. First of all then, if you're new to the channel or these videos, why should you listen to me, Ben, about this topic? Well, number one, I'm a busy mountain bike dad, married, 2 kids, my own business, all the stuff that goes with that, taking them to school and swimming and family. I know the score. The second thing is that over the last decade, I've coached hundreds of midlife riders like you, face to face, and probably thousands online as well as talking about this on various podcasts and answering a load of questions from busy mountain bike dads. So I know the score. I know that time is probably your biggest barrier, followed by actually just knowing what to do and how best to make use of that time. So the first thing I'll say is probably not what you're expecting, and that is that you need to communicate. You need to talk with the people around you, because time is the biggest barrier, and the only way you're going to get more time is by making it, and that's only going to happen by cooperation. So speak to your wife or your partner or your boss or whoever it is that you need to speak to. How can you carve out some time? Speak to the boss. Can you use some flexi hours to work a really long day on a Monday, get it cracked, knock off early Tuesday and Wednesday, go to the gym on Tuesday, ride after work on a Wednesday? You know, can you speak to your wife about trading some time? Okay, I get a ride Saturday morning, Sunday morning you get to go for a run, whatever.
Come on, let's start running, let's go!
So it's all about making that time, and the more harmonious those relationships are and the better you communicate, the less resentment and stuff like that, which I've seen, and it is not cool. So if you want to make time, you need to communicate, or it's not going to happen. Let's just say you've managed to carve out a bit of time, maybe you're going to the gym for a couple of hours a week and getting a little extra riding in. Happy days, well done. But whether that is productive or not, whether you make progress and start to feel good on and off the bike, is usually down to one thing, and that is what I call the other 23 hours. Because it's all very well going to the gym for an hour in the evening if the other 23 hours are chaos. You're eating junk food, you're not sleeping, you're too stressed, or you're working from home and you're doing about 50 steps all day and you're just not moving. So yes, I'm going to talk to you about strength training and riding and all of that stuff. But really, if you want to make progress as a busy dad, then you need to focus on the bigger picture stuff, the lifestyle things like moderating stress, getting good sleep, and actually eating properly as well. Rather than convenience food and things like that, you've got to eat whole, real food, okay, like an adult, if you want to make progress, if you want to feel good on the bike. So get the other 23 hours right, and then you're going to make loads on progress when you do make time to train. Just a quick reminder, it's not your bike holding you back, it's probably you. You can't buy fitness, you can't buy skills, you need to work on both. Strength training is going to be one of the best things you can do to improve your riding, your quality of life, and your longevity for both. Strength is literally the foundation upon which everything else is built. Let's just start out with something achievable. Try and create the time to do 2 45-minute sessions per week. That's achievable for a lot of people if you work hard to make the time, as I talked about earlier. The session should be whole body training sessions rather than leg day and upper body day like a bodybuilder. We want to train the whole body. And if you don't have access to a gym, then you can do it at home, you can do it in the park, you can do it with your body weight. The great thing about being new to strength training is that you can make a lot of progress very quickly with minimal kit and space. The great side effect of a good strength training program is that it's actually going to do wonders for your mobility. And mobility is something you probably were expecting me to talk about today, and here it is. Yes, ideally, I'd love you to find some time to do some mobility training in the evenings while you're watching Netflix or in the morning or whatever. But actually, if you're strength training a couple of times a week and doing a good warm-up and training with good form, then strength training has been shown again and again to be the most effective form of mobility training. So if you want to improve your mobility and get stronger, then strength train. It's as simple as that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm sure that you are just like me and you would love to ride mountain bikes more often. I really would. Okay, but the reality is we can't always do that. And so you've got to be flexible with your expectations and just be flexible with doing other things that, yeah, it's not mountain biking, but it's still going to keep you a fit, strong, well-rounded human, okay, in terms of your body and also your head, because fitness is good for you. So this weekend just gone, I went and visited the in-laws and yeah, couldn't take any bikes. So both mornings, Saturday and Sunday, I did a 25-30 minute trail run. It's not a big deal. It's not like really hard training. It's not super long, but it's time that I could easily carve out. And all I needed to do was throw my stinky running trainers in the back of the car. Other things you can do are get on a rowing machine, a ski erg, turbo trainer, or even just finding the time to go for a walk up a hill, put a backpack on to make it a bit harder if you like. So be versatile. Don't be afraid to go and swim and do whatever it is, okay? Doing something is always better than doing nothing, okay? And the more rounded you can be as a human, the more different sports and activities you can do, it's probably gonna overlap and help to make you a better rider as well. If you're a rider over 40 and you're finding this video useful and interesting, then you need to download your free over 40s training guide written just for you. It's completely free. All you need to do is drop your email address in at the link. You're going to get instant access and it's packed full of real world usable advice to help you be a better rider and to have more fun. This next point I've actually said quite a few times. I think I've said it at least twice now on Downtime Podcasts, and I'm sure I've said it on another video. But with so many of you working from home now post-COVID, if you used to commute and now you work at home, you've now got what I believe a golden opportunity. COVID, as shit as it was, has given you that commuting time. And if you're simply using the time that you used to commute to do more work at your laptop, working for the man, unappreciated, overworked, overstressed, probably underpaid, then that's not cool. The time that you used to commute now can be time to train, time to ride your bike, time to do some strength training, time to do some mobility, time to just walk around the block, get some daylight in your eyes and get some fresh air before you sit at your desk. So take that time and make use of it. You've got to take the opportunities when they arise. You're a bit tired, you've had a crap day at work, maybe it's raining and someone says, hey man, do you want to go riding tonight? Oh, you know, you're a bit tired, you don't want to. Remember, you probably don't get to ride as much as you like. That's why you're watching this video. Say yes. Say yes to the opportunity. Get out there, okay? Even if it's raining, even if it's not your perfect dream ride, okay? Go and see someone, be social. Guess what? I can't remember the last time I regretted going on a ride, okay? You're probably not going to regret saying yes. You'll get back and you'll say, oh, I'm so glad I said yes. I'm so glad I went on that ride. So you've got to say yes to those opportunities, even if it means riding at times that are less than ideal or when you're not quite at 100%. To go with that and to mean that you can do that as well, you've got to get organised. You've got to have your bike and your kit ready. So when you finish a ride, basic stuff, and I'm going to sound like your mum or dad now telling you off, you've got to clean your bike, okay? But yeah, when you finish a muddy ride, clean your bike straight away, okay? Get it squared away, get the kit squared away, so that the next time I go to ride, there are no barriers. I don't have to think, oh no, I've got to fix that puncture before I ride, and then guess what? You don't ride. Or, oh, I don't know where my knee pads are, or they're caked in mud, or my shoes are still wet, you know, and then you miss a ride. You ride a bit less, and it's no good. So you've got to get organised, get your kit squared away immediately after the ride, and that way you can always be ready to ride at short notice. It's all right there. Right, there's my shoes, my pads, there's my bike, boom, 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 let's go. Today's video is brought to you by Ryobi and their 18-volt cordless pressure washer. Washing your bike as soon as you finish riding, whether it's at the trailhead or back home, is number one, the best way to get it clean. The mud is wet, everything's easier. Number two is with this, you've got more pressure than your garden hose, but less pressure than a full mains pressure washer that's going to destroy your bearings and dry everything out. For me, washing the bike down at the trailhead, as well as all my kit, my knee pads, my shoes, after muddy rides, means that I'm organised, I'm squared away, and as soon as I get home, I can just chuck some lube on it and go back to family life. So, acceptance. is one of the most important things for a busy mountain bike dad. Except that, as much as we love them, your kids are going to spoil some rides. They're going to prevent you going on some rides. There'll be a birthday party, or they're all going to get a cold, or they're going to be off sick. Shit's going to happen, okay? It's going to be annoying. It's going to be frustrating. It's okay. It happens for everyone. It happens to pro riders with kids. It happens to me. It's going to happen to you. There's no point getting angry. We just need to go to the next day and try and just do our best. And remember my mantra, something's always better than nothing. So if plan A is out the window, okay, accept it. What can I do instead? How can I save this day? How can I make it just 1% better? The final thing I'll say is possibly one of the most important, and that is to have one or more good riding buddies. That person who's going to drag you out on a rainy night, the person who you don't want to leave hanging at the gym, the person who you could maybe train with, or you could work together towards a common goal like a riding holiday trip, or maybe even a race. That person's also a great person to vent to, especially if they're a busy mountain bike dad as well. You could both whinge about your wife, your children, or the state of politics these days. You might even feel better. For me as a mountain bike dad, my riding buddies are just as important as the bike I ride and the trails I ride them on. They're a massive part of what makes mountain biking such a big part of my life, and so important for me to stay physically, mentally and emotionally healthy. So I hope you have got some great riding buddies. If you don't, there's loads of places to find them. Get down your local bike shop, get on the Facebook group. There are loads of things going on. There's always something going on, and I know there's someone out there who'd love to ride with you. I really hope that you found this useful. It's not so much about which exercise and sets and reps and all of that. It's the bigger picture stuff that really makes the difference for busy mountain bike dads like you and I. If you've got any questions, make sure you leave them below. And if you haven't already, then make sure you subscribe to the channel, okay? I'm putting out videos all the time, trying to help you to be a fitter, faster rider who can simply have more fun riding your bike.